Hello friends, my name is Bhavik Vakharia from Iihm College Vasai. Today we're going to talk about the blended whiskey. But then before we start talking about the blended whiskey, let's know about the whiskeys first. Now, let's learn about the whiskey making process. Whiskey making process has 5 different steps. Now, very first step is the mashing process. For example, now we get different kinds of grains like rye, hay, maize or barley. Technically what we do here is we get the grains, we moist the grains in some lukewarm water. After the moistening of the grains has been done, then we take the grains to the crushing process. Now once the grains have been crushed, we take the entire process to the next further step, that is the fermenting process. Now in the fermenting process we have to add 3 different products into it. That is, the very basic product is water, sugar and yeast. Now yeast plays a very important role here. Yeast actually helps the product ferment, helps product in fermenting process. And once the fermenting process has been done, after that we take the same process and take it to the distillation process. Now as the picture has been shown here, the distillation has been done through the pot still method, and after the pot still method distillation is done, we take the same product to the aging method. Now when we talk about the aging is basically done in the wooden cask barrels. Wooden cask barrels are aged for minimum 3 years around the world, and when we talk about the Indian whiskies, it is aged for 2 years. After the aging process is done, it can be aged up to, from 2 to 3 years till it can be aged up to 12 years, 18 years, 24 years. So the last and final step here is the bottling method. Now when we talk about bottling method, when the spirit is ready, we get the spirit and we start bottling it, and it is ready to serve it to the market. So friends, let me give you a small demonstration about the blended whiskey. Now today we have here is a 3 years aged whiskey, 8 years aged whiskey and a 12 years aged whiskey. So technically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mix up some of the few different years of whiskeys together, and let's see what is blend coming up. We will also taste the whiskey, we will also try to take the aromas of the whiskeys, and also we are going to make a small cocktail out of it. So today is going to be a fun session. Let's start the blending process. Yeah. So today I'm going to use a brandy balloon for right now, so that it helps me giving out, flowing out all the aromas from my whiskey. And also I'm using my peg measure so that I can give a proper measure that how much amount of whiskey has been added, so that we can also make sure that we can make it for the next time. Today here I've added 25 ml of 3 years whiskey. Then I am adding 30 ml of 8 year whiskey, and let's see what the blend is coming up. Here you can see the color has a bit changed because of 2 different products coming up together. Slowly swirl it. Amazing, yeah. But what if we add a little bit of 12 years of whiskey, which is giving me more of aromas in my bottle, also being aged for a longer period of time, probably more flavorful, I would say. Let's add 10 ml of 12 years of whiskey. I'm adding 12 years of whiskey in a small proportion, as we know the aging is pretty expensive process. The product is obviously going to be more expensive as compared to the 3 years of whiskey and 8 years of whiskey. Yes. So now let's see what the blenders actually come up with. Again, you can see the color has also gone lighter as compared to what it was prior. Let's smell it. The flavor has really came up with a lot of different characteristics. It has fruity flavor of 12 years, also this hard flavor of 3 years. So the blend is really amazing for now, and after that we're going to make a cocktail out of it. So yes. So friends, let's start with the cocktail, and today's cocktail will be a blended whiskey based cocktail, that is John Collins. And let's start with the basic ingredients. First, let's pour our whiskey into a decanter so that we'll to work it freely. Thank you. That's the base product that we're going to use today. These are the shakers that I'll be needing now. Also some homemade sugar syrup and lime juice to go on with, and to top it with soda. So let's start. So basically we are adding a 45 ml of a blended whiskey. Then we're going to add 25 ml of lime juice, freshly squeezed lime juice. We're going to add 20 ml of sugar syrup, that is a homemade sugar syrup again, and give it a good shake. Nicely frozen and shaken. The glass that we're going to use is a Tom Collins glass. And give it a nice pour. Also a beautiful garnish, that is a lime slice. There we go. And a beautiful lime syrup. So that's the cocktail for the day. So friends, I hope the video was informative and worth. Thank you.